The act Monologues. Last Legs by Rosie Barclay. Performed by Marchant.
Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Excuse me, I think I've been forgotten about. Or can someone please help me? I need to be stood up. Anyone? Please? Oh, bother. Oh, there must be some mistake. I shouldn't be out in the dark open air. I'm not some common garden bench. I need to be in the warm and dry. I can feel the damp creeping into my wood, and soon the eating animals and fungus will come. Oh, can anyone help me, please? This is ridiculous. A chair of my calibre can't stay here. I don't understand it. 1 minute I'm locked away with the dusty things just because my legs have a slight wobble, and now I've ended up in a muddy field and I have no idea why. I can be easily restored. I was handcrafted by the best furniture maker in Jersey. My joints are dovetailed and my back is strong and tall. I remember my very first home. Oh, the happiest of days. It was a grand hotel and there were many of us. We demanded to be polished every week and reupholstered every year in the most fashionable cloth. Our hand-picked staff of the highest excellence plumped and fussed over us, and we allowed only the richest of gentlefolk to sit upon us. Orchestral music filled the air, and the beautiful people laughed as they danced in delicate shoes beneath shimmering lights and drank pink champagne from crystal flutes. But nothing can last forever, and one fateful summer day the soldiers came. The lights went out as the windows were slammed shut and the music stopped. A great fear filled the room as we were forced apart. We never knew where the others were taken, and those of us who were left behind were subjected to the heavy scrape of the boot and the coarse uniforms that tore away our fashionable cushions. Perhaps we were the lucky ones. The days seemed like weeks, and weeks like months, and the months like years. Were we ever to see the light again? Well, then, one day, the bells rang out in such joy, and the windows were flung open, and I breathed once again the sweet spring air. A few days later, I was wrapped in soft cotton and taken to a large room. I found out from an excited armoire that we had been taken to an auction house, a place where dreams may come true. As the hammer went down, I was suddenly filled with a great hope for my new life. When the covers were removed, I noticed in horror there were only 4 of us left, and that we'd been placed around an elderly pine table. We were not accustomed to such plain surroundings, and clearly did not fit in with the other drab brown furniture. But as time passed, we grew used to our surroundings and didn't complain for long. Our new home was comfortable and cheery, and a warm, cosy kitchen fire warmed our backs. There were several plump children living there, with a red-faced farmer and his jolly wife. They were not gentlefolk, but they were kind and kept us polished with sweet-smelling beeswax. We worked hard and stayed there for many happy years. We were never again reupholstered, but the farmer's jolly wife patched us up after the moths had been, and we had lovely new cushions placed upon our seats. I was painted a bright blue, just me, and I was given the most important job in the house. I was to spend time in the nursery, teaching the plump children how to play dungeons and dens and horses and robbers. We had so much fun. But eventually the plump children grew up and acquired new chairs of their own, and the red-faced farmer and his jolly wife grew old and tired. Then one day they walked out of the door and never came back. So it was back to the auction house, where I was chosen by a young man who promptly carried me off and subjected me to all manner of degradation. I was dipped and stripped, and even had a screw or two bored into my expertly crafted dovetails. I was then carried away to a very strange place indeed. It was a place where many people met, talked and drank coffee and wine. They read the papers, stared at computers, and ate fine food. Or sometimes I could hear music and singing in the distance, and the cheerful applause of a large crowd. I hoped I would spend the rest of my days there, but alas, it was not to be, and on a particularly precipitous afternoon I heard a faint crack, and felt a slight weakness in my legs. I hoped that I would be taken back to the best furniture maker in Jersey, but I was relegated to a dark storeroom filled with dusty, legless tabletops and headless brooms, where I remained forgotten. And now I find myself in an even worse predicament. I am alone and lost in the dark open air, with the damp creeping in, and the eating animals, and the fungus have come. But wait! What is this I can hear? Can it be someone coming to rescue me? Oh, yes, I'm sure it is. I am to be cherished and polished with the best of beeswax once more. Well, hello! Over here, sir! Ignore my slightly wobbly legs. My joints are dovetailed and my back is as strong and as tall as the day I was handcrafted by the best furniture maker in Jersey. Well, they're getting closer. I can hear the crackling of the cosy kitchen fire, and its glow is spreading through my legs, and I feel strong again. Oh, the damp is leaving me now, and the small animals have retreated. I feel warm and happy again. And once more, I can see the light.